Hi friends, Suzanne here. Welcome to another Wildcard Wednesday video on my YouTube channel and blog. This video is going up a little late, sorry about that. For today's project, I am featuring the Cup of Tea stamp set and the teacup dies. So these come in a bundle. They are on page 13 of the annual catalog. They cost $62 Canadian, and I'm going to share with you how to create a really cute card using them. So I have two colors here. This is, I believe, Orchid Oasis and Fresh Freesia. So I inked up the stamp with Fresh Freesia. Oh my gosh. And then I used a dauber and I daubed around the edges. So basically it looks like a blue teacup with pink design. And then there's a really cute little stamp in the stamp set, and it looks like a little tea bag holder. Is that it? Like where the string hangs off of the tea bag. So super cute, and I'm going to run this through my cut and emboss machine, my mini. And I often don't do this. I often don't put more than 2 dies in because it's a little baby. That's what I've said before. So it's a little machine, so don't overcrowd it. It didn't do anything to me at this point, but in the future, 1 or 2 is my max with these, because I've heard some stories, and sometimes it's really tough to roll it through, and sometimes you can. This is just a small little die cut machine. All right, so I did stamp that lemon wedge, but it's funny because once all of the little bits came out, I didn't like it. Not for this card design anyway. I'll use it again for another card design. So this is the, let me see here if I can remember what it's called. The Tea Boutique Designer Series paper, and it's a 6x6. Has some really cute designs. This one was a little busy for my taste, so I put a piece of vellum right over top of it. And this is Orchid Oasis. It is a new in color. It's beautiful. It's also featured in the paper, so that's why I chose it. And it's just a little strip that I'm putting here. Then I put my teacup on my little white paper there, and that's just basic white. And I have a little piece of linen thread. So what I like to do is tie the linen thread in a little knot right on the end, and then I'm going to squash a dimensional over top of that. So basically having that little knot there will give the dimensional some gription, some grip. And then what I did was, this was a little bit of a mistake. So I took all the dimensional adhesive backing off and I plunked my tea down there, teacup. And what that did was, well, it didn't leave room for the sentiment. So I'm going to put a caveat here and make sure you stamp your sentiment first. So what I'm doing here is I'm creating the little tea bag holder handle. So I just cut another one of those little, really cute little tea bag, you know what I'm talking about, the tea bag paper. So now I'm going to put adhesive on both of them. One is stamped and one is not. So I figured out where I wanted my little tea bag to hang, which is right about there. Then I'm going to cut off some excess, and I didn't tie the knot in here because I want this to be as flat as possible. And I'm going to put the little tea bag holder right over top. Give this a really good press, and then realize I made no room for the sentiment that I wanted. I could have changed it up and used a different sentiment. The other one I could have used was "Let's get together soon." Or what this one was, "Take care of yourself." And there was another one called "Enjoy." So what I ended up doing was removing it from my paper, my little teacup, and used my little rubber eraser to remove anything. That's the thing, you just don't put anything down for like heavy. You sort of just lay it on top, and then you can do a final pressing at the end. So I inked this up with fresh freesia, and then I daubed on Orchid Oasis, and the colors mix and blend very well together, those two, because they're both of purpley descent, if that makes sense. And then I'm going to put my little teacup on angle, and that's exactly what I had envisioned. So I'm just going to adhere that down, and but before I do, this is what I did. I brought out my non-porous surface, and I did a little dauber sponging. So this is Orchid Oasis, and then I switched to fresh freesia. And I bring it in a little further. What I didn't like was the edges so crisp and white against all of that busy background. It looked too stark, in my opinion. Having it slightly dulled down and blended a little bit just on the edges, and it's really fun to do this. I like it. This is my favorite technique, actually. I like ink blending. It's my favorite. I try not to do too much of it because that's all I would do. If I had my choice. Anyway, I want you to know that you can see all the supplies I used today listed below in the video see more section or in the supplies section of my blog. And yes, I have a blog. I would love to see you there. And these links will take you to my Canadian online store, where I would love the chance to meet you and earn your business. So thank you so much for watching. And make sure you cut your lemon out instead of die cut it out, because it makes a nicer lemon wedge. I gotta run, you guys. I'm getting ready for the lake house this weekend. So that means next week you'll have a whole bunch of lake house creative inspiration. So again, thanks for watching. Bye for now.